Let me just tell you something that I love checkboxes, right? Checkboxes and making lists are changed my life. When that stuff first came in, it sounds like a big statement, but for real. Like I am a little ADD, I'm a little all over the place. It's very easy for me to become distracted and never get back to things. Having checklists have been a very big, important part of my life to make sure that I can stay on track and stay organized and accomplish tasks, right? I'm a goal oriented person as well. And so there's a really good feeling that you get at the end of the day of looking at a checklist of items and going click, 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 look at all of the stuff that I got done. So I love checklists, especially for longer given tasks or projects or following up leads and that kind of stuff in our world. Checklists are pretty important to make sure we've hit the important things. Going through with a seller on the phone, like we need to get a certain amount of information, so there's a certain checklist that we want to follow. But let me tell you about the dichotomy for me. I can hate checklists, particularly when checklists are just merely that, just going through the motions, right? So the checklists are so helpful that they allow us to focus and serve as a reminder for things that we think are critical. But we have to remember that as just people, this goes beyond our industry. This actually sparked from a doctor's appointment that I had, and the fact of just people going through the motion of checking boxes, but forgetting what the actual goal is. The checkbox is only there to remind us of a task that needs to get done, but how that task gets done and the ultimate goal for the interaction or the business is far greater than a checkbox. How old is your roof? Is a checkbox. But the goal of an interaction is not just to merely complete the checklist, the checkboxes. And there's just so many different things that we lose when we're focused just on the checklist and going through the motions. And, pulling back to like what the real goal, what is the real goal or purpose of having that interaction with a seller or of the company. It's all far bigger than just the checklist. I want myself, this is a message to me, and hopefully it resonates with other people too, is I don't want to just hit a checklist. I want to be impactful in anything I do, in anybody I interact with. I want to make an impact, and a positive one at that, a positive impact on those around me and those that exist in my world. I want to make a positive impact on the sellers that we're dealing with. And anytime that I'm going and working through a lead, I want to positively affect their life, but I also want to positively impact the sale. Not just really hit a box just to check the box. It's about making that impactful movement that moves the box. The checklist is just a reminder of what I'm supposed to talk about, but I cannot lose that human connection, and particularly that active listening. Like, I don't just hear you, I hear you. And I care. It is amazing how, and again, this has sparked more from my medical conversation that I just had, where you go into a place to receive, there's my battle wound, where you go in to receive care in its open environment, and you're filled with people, surrounded by people just checking boxes, and don't give a shit about what is actually coming from that response. And the last thing I want to do, it made me think about us in our business, that we have all these check boxes to go through in conversations with sellers. We have these check boxes of things that we do on project management. We all have check boxes of what need to kind of get done throughout the day. And I pray we don't get focused just on the checkbox itself, but what is behind the checkbox and why we're doing it and how we can check the box, but be active in the most impactful, positively impactful way possible. So I encourage you, yes, these checklists are so important, and they keep us all focused, and particularly me. I'm pointing two fingers at myself. I need checklists in my life to make sure that I go through and do everything I'm supposed to do in the day for a lead and whatever. But I cannot get lost in just making sure that I check the box, but that the action and the purpose behind it, the intent, is to be impactful. Positive impact. Impaction is not good. A positive impact to the world, and then a positive impact to just move something forward, right? Anyways, that was super. I don't know. It just was heavy on my heart to kind of put that out there. Hopefully that's kind of helpful for some of y'all.